Welcome to this session number 7 of the Model 5 Part 2. In session number 6, we discussed about the generic DSS model hardware architecture containing 3 levels there. Okay, so that already you can say discussed a lot on that one in the first part of the Model 5 itself. Level 1, which will contain the peripheral modules like LMs and TMs, level 2 which will contain NCP, and level 3 which will contain the CP with the switching fabric as a common factor with all the 3 levels. That only we briefed as a part of hardware architecture there. So today we'll see the software architecture. So here you can see the system level software it has been given. So system level software it is called because most of the things the starting from normal common office to the whole network we'll have to deal with the hardwares here, different types of hardware systems, starting from subscriber to wire line to line terminating equipment number to line modules, trunk modules, switching fabric, interface controllers, NCPs, like that. All the way we need the help of the hardware. So now to have the coordination between the working of all these different types of hardwares, we need software which will do this one. That is a system layer software. So obviously this is most DSS use system layer software here. Okay, so software at this level normally will be a multitasking OS obviously, and is based on the duplex mainframe computer. So you can see guys here why mainframe he is using here. I will tell 3 words here: CPU, server, and mainframe. So what is increasing here is the storage capacity and what we can say execution speed also. If you want, you can tell how many instructions it is doing in 1 second, like that. So obviously it should be duplex because we need a two-way communication between all these hardwares to be communicated with the central processor or the OS. So normally guys we have seen, sorry, at each of the 3 levels we got the real-time operating system having its own kernel, and all the way we know that the kernel is a hardware controlling thing. So in that case it needs two-way communication between uh, the kernel hardwares and the kernel there. So that's why duplex and mainframe computer, it is very much essential there. So the function of the OS is to control each application system deployed by the digital switching system. So it is going to have its own application system whenever you are going to install sorry digital switching system. Okay, sorry. Okay, we are here. Yes. So each of the application system which is deployed by the any kind of a digital switching system is maintained by the operating system here. That is a real-time operating system. So basically these system level softwares are mainly categorized into maintenance software that we already covered. So this one thing, particular thing that I am always telling, that this already we have studied as in the part of maintainability matrix. There we have seen how many diagnostic resolution rate, how many patches you are applying, what is the diagnostic resolution rate. So those all things we have discussed in detail. So same thing you try to elaborate here with taking the help of 2 or 3 parameters here. Okay, that is going to help you a lot here. So next we are going to see the call processing software. So the call processing software here, 1 minute. Yes, we are here. The call processing software is actually based on the architecture of the DSS. Okay, so here 1 minute. Yeah, the call processing program can be divided into 3 levels here. So So first one is a high level software. Which includes call processing functions that require the support of CP or central database. So here what is happening here is that, so example, here is a special feature routing. So here one particular thing, you can easily elaborate this one, taking it as an example here. So whenever you get the call request from the customer, so that is identified by the line model. It is going to terminate in its line equipment number, and the line call request will be verified, then digits will be noted down, then whether the special features are allocated to that call making person or not, that will be verified only by looking into the database of that particular subscriber. But that database is not available with the, what you can say, at the level 1. It is there in the NCP, with the NCP at the level 2. Hence the query will be sent through IC to the NCP. But if that NCP which is controlling a set of LMs or TMs has got failed, then the same thing will be routed back to the CP, where one copy of database will be kept. Then it will be verified whether the special feature is there or not. Then the special feature circuit will be attached to that particular LM or TM. So this is how the things are going to happen here. So next, specialized building. Suppose if you are going to have specialized call connection like PBX or some personal connection will be having some for your big organization, like that, office data and translation data, which are coming under the relational data. So next we got the medium level. So here the functions are concerned to this one are residing with the NCPs. Mainly it involves the call processing functions like establishing the path through the switching fabric, okay, so verifying the subscriber and maintaining the call map. So these things are actually called as network softwares residing in the NCPs. Establishing the path through switching fabric means, so if it is a new call, the new shortest path will be found, then it will be updated in the call map. Otherwise the same map will be accessed from the database and then it will be used. Verifying the subscriber and many other things are coming under the medium level call processing software. So hence, depending on the architecture of DSS, so many low level functions are shared between ICs and line modules. Like low level functions means like the scanning, okay, continuously we have to scan the subscriber lines in order to ensure that all subscriber lines are working healthy, because we cannot predict that when our customer wants to make a call request, and when you do the call request, we have to verify whether that call request is genuine or not, or it is occurring due to line fault or some other reasons. Digit collection, you have to receive the destination number, or as far as the activation is concerned, you are going to receive some of the special digits there. Attaching service circuits, special service circuits to the LMs or TMs, and call supervision. So hence this is actually coming under the controller or peripheral software. So that you can see here. System level software, maintenance software we have seen already, we discussed that, and call processing software you can see here. Two types are there: controller software which deals with the level 1, network software which deals with the level 2, and hence the database software which is also there at the level 2 and 3 both. So this is how, guys, you have to briefly explain the given block diagram for your software architecture, DSS generic software architecture, and this is how you have to explain about this one. So this is a very simple point we are covering today. So there is a database software. Most DSS use database system to record office information, like which includes the system diagnostics, billing information, recovery parameters, etc. So mainly there are two types of database are there: relational and distributed database there. I'll stop here.